Okay, we're finishing up our ready writing. So we're going to use the information from our organizers to answer these questions, okay? So on your desk, you should also have these two papers out so we can look back at them. Okay, Noah, look at your book. Ledger.
What?
Pull your mask up, please.
What?
Look at your book. Thomas, quietly, please.
What?
The tapping your pencil is too noisy. Okay, ready, Emma? Mohammed, pull your mask up, please. Okay.
I stopped.
That's not being on purpose.
Can I use the bathroom?
Mohammed, sit down and raise your hand, please. Alright, so we're on this page. So it says use information from your graphic organizer to answer the questions. So use details from both sources to complete the following activities. Yes, Mohammed.
Can I use the bathroom?
After we're done with this page, is that okay? It's just two things. Three things.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay. How do use details? Use details. Where's Grandma? Thank you, Emma. Okay, use details from both sources, eyes are up here, to complete the following activities. Ledger, eyes over here. Alejandro, put it away. Your answers will help you write your article. So number 1. Noah, ready?
Yeah.
How does hydroelectric plant work to produce electricity? List the steps below. Okay, so this is from the hydroelectric article that we read 2 weeks ago. Okay, so how does the hydroelectric plant work? Ledger, put it down, please.
Water spins a turbine, which then makes the generator on, which then transfers electricity through the power lines.
Write it down. Okay, write down the steps. What happens first? If you don't remember what article we're talking about, go back to page 42. If you have no clue what hydroelectric power is, go back and reread page 42.
I don't know what pages you read on.
We're writing on page 48. Okay, so what's the first step? The water.
Enters through the pen stop.
Okay, so water enters the
I need to know pencil.
pen stop. Raise your hand, Mohammed, please. Period. Yes.
I need to know pencil.
Okay. So water enters the pen stop. Thank you, Ledger and Emma and Ariana for writing. Come on, Alejandro, you got it. Water enters the pen stop. Okay, what happens after the water enters the pen
The
stop?
water pushes the turbine.
Okay, so the water flow turns the turbine period. Thank you, Thomas, for writing. Thank you, Noah, for writing. Oh, for your phone, please. The water turns the turbine. Or spins the turbine.
Which one are we doing? For air.
What, Thomas?
Which one are we doing?
What do you mean?
Are we doing nuclear power or?
How does a hydroelectric plant work to produce electricity?
Hydro?
It says it right here.
Is that a good way?
Okay. What's the next step after the water flow turns the turbine? What connects to the turbine?
The generator.
Before the generator.
It is the generator.
Nope, before the generator. Page 42, I think.
It's the generator. The generator.
It says here the generator, but I'm looking for a more specific word.
Power.
Can we go now? Can we do it now?
That's true.
Can we use the bathroom?
Okay, so the generator is connected to the what?
Connected to the turbine.
Okay, so connected to the generator, comma, connected to the turbine, comma, produces power.
Write down that.
Period. The generator connected to the generator, comma, connected to the turbine, comma, produces power. Okay, what's the last step? How does it travel?
The generator runs and the electricity goes to the power.
Through the power lines, right?
Back
Okay.
to
The power lines. Thomas, I need you sitting in the stool correctly. We're not sitting on the floor right now, please. Thank you. The power lines send electricity to where it is needed. Period. Okay? Thank you, Thomas. Keep writing. Those are the 4 steps. Okay, now let's
enough for 4 steps.
Now let's think about question number 2.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Bring me a bucket. Okay, now let's think about question number 2. Hold your mask, okay? How is the way that a wind turbine works similar to the way that a hydroelectric plant works? And then how's it different? So we're comparing 2 things, okay? We're comparing and then contrasting. Ledger.
One is wasting their water and one's wasting their wind thinking. They're both environmentally friendly.
Okay. They're both environmentally friendly.
Except the wind turbine goes first.
What else?
Wind turbine. Wind turbine.
What about, let's think about how they're built. How they are built. How are they the same? Ledger, figure out. So let's think about page 44 and page 42. Page 42 and 44. Let's compare how they are built. (42) and 44. Let's compare how they are built. How are they the same for how they are built? look on page 42 and 44.
Didn't we already do those?
Let's compare how they are built. How are they the same for how they are built? So look on page 42 and look on page 44.
Miss Caprio, if I follow these power lines, would it take me to the
Thomas.
generator?
Yes, Ariana.
Wind turbines are huge windmills that usually have 2 or 3 blades, and the blades can be long as 200 feet.
Yeah. So how is that the same as how the hydroelectric one works? We're comparing them. How are they the same for how they are built?
They both have a generator.
They do. They both have generators, right? Okay. So in hydroelectric,
He said hydroelectric.
thank you. In hydroelectric plants and wind turbines, comma, a generator in hydroelectric plants and wind turbines, comma, a generator is, yes, Thomas?
Why you needed to know about these plants and how internet is used.
These are examples on how you're going to write a informational article.
But I don't want it.
Ledger. Okay. So let's finish up this sentence. In hydroelectric plants and wind turbines, a generator is connected to a propeller or blade. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Oh, I spelled connected wrong. Connect. To a, what do we say? Propeller or a, oh my goodness, spinning propeller or blade. Propeller or blade. Period. So now let's think about how they are the same. Okay, so now in contrast, how are they different?
One uses water and one uses wind.
Okay. So in hydroelectric plants, it uses water. Yes. And how that comes back. Okay, so one uses water. It uses water. Okay. In wind turbines, comma, It uses
Wind.
Wind. Period.
What time is it?
Raise your hand, okay?
1, 2, 3.
11:23. Okay, done.
I want.
Let me sign it.
This is really fun.
Okay? Yes.
Wait, why aren't you
You-
Because I was here to do this question.
Wait, did I do good in specials?
Yeah.
That's up to Miss Fox,
I
not
need
me.
a 5 pack. What is happening? Is couldn't you make trash into energy?
Is what?
Couldn't you make trash into energy?
Yeah, some countries do.
They burn it and then they put it through.
I don't know, but some countries do. Ledger, yes?
Look at Noah's sign.
No. Okay? Number 3, ready? And now I'll start thinking about question number 3. And then we'll move on to ELA groups. I don't care. Focus. Focus. Okay, everybody's got it? Because I'm going to erase. Alejandro, you got it?
No,
No, I don't. I have to write the second paragraph. The second paragraph?
No.
Just kidding.
Worry about yourself. Okay, number 3.
Wait, what am I talking
Using renewable sources of energy is a benefit of both hydroelectric power plants and wind turbines. Explain how each one uses renewable sources of energy. Then explain why this is a benefit. Okay, so let's do the first part. Explain how each one uses renewable sources of energy. Ledger.
Water isn't really that renewable, but since they're not wasting it and they're just using it to push the turbine, that makes it kind of renewable. And wind is always just going to be there to push the turbines.
Water's renewable.
No, it's not because
It goes in a cycle.
I know, but that doesn't mean it's renewable.
You drink it and then you pee and
Then they clean it, then you drink it again, and it goes. So you're basically drinking your own pee?
Yeah, and it's clean.
Ew.
Yeah.
Now I don't want to drink.
Okay, that's a
I'm
different
not drinking
conversation.
water then.
That's a different conversation.
I'm not drinking water anymore.
That's a different conversation. Okay, back over here. Let's focus. So now, how do they use renewable sources? Where do they get the water from?
They find the rivers.
Thomas?
Lakes and rivers.
Lakes and rivers. Okay, so hydroelectric plants. Hydroelectric plants
Wait, is hydroelectric plants good for the environment or no?
uses.
Yes. No.
It's not perfect, but it's better than nuclear and coal plants. Uses falling water, comma, lakes, oops, and comma, and rivers. Period.
I'm going to do it. Really?
Okay, so now wind turbines. Capital W because it's the beginning of a sentence. Wind turbines.
Yeah.
What did they do?
They use the wind
Oh.
to drink.
They use the wind that we drink.
moving wind
I'm gonna start doing it.
in high places.
Good. Okay, so wind turbines use the Earth's wind. Uses the Earth's wind. Period. Thank you, Emma Mariana, for writing. Thank you, Thomas, for writing. Okay, so the next one, explain why this is a benefit. You answered all of it? You answered all of it?
I was just picking up my phone.
Okay, well, leave your red writing book out.
Do we have to do 4 and 5?
Okay, so what's the same thing about both of these that's a benefit?
They're renewable.
Good. No?
It doesn't waste like coal and stuff.
Yeah. So they'll like never be used up, right?
Yeah.
Like we can keep reusing the same thing. Good. So the benefit is
Yeah.
the both sources will never be used up.
Water can eventually be used up if we make overheat the
Period.
and if we double heating the heat.
Let her sit down.
Where?
Where do you usually go to your writing book?
Oh,
Yes, there you go. Okay, sit down, Ledger. The benefit is that both sources will never be used up. Okay, I will now leave out your books. I'm now going to come around and check that you filled in all parts and you filled them in correctly, and I will be giving stamps based off of your effort on that. Okay, that is all of our writing for today.